Hi everyone, welcome to our first Granville FFA virtual chapter banquet of the year. We have a lot to talk about and we are so excited to share it all with you. We're going to start off with our opening ceremonies and then we're going to get into some business. The meeting room will come to order. We are now holding a meeting of the Granville FFA chapter. Mr. Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they're at their stations, and report back to you, Madam President. The Sentinel.
Stationed by the door.
Your duties there.
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my job to make sure that the door is always open and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the President in maintaining order.
The reporter. Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child will know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there.
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
Secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there.
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The historian.
Stationed by the chapter scrapbook.
Your duties there.
Tradition and history are a source of pride for our organization. It is my duty to maintain a record of chapter achievements and promote excellence through highlighting activities, events, and accomplishments, so that our chapter membership is motivated by our past success and looks to future achievements.
The advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I am asked to advise you from time to time as the needs arise. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Mr. Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Madam President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
There are numerous members and guests watching from home, Madam President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here?
Practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA membership possesses.
May we accomplish our purposes, I now declare this meeting of the Granville FFA duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may be properly presented. All right, so that's something that we're going to see at the beginning of every chapter meeting for the rest of the year. The next thing that I want to talk about is how virtual chapter meetings are going to be run. So this is actually a Wednesday that we are recording our chapter meetings, and we're going to post them on the Google Classroom on Thursdays. After the chapter meeting is posted, there's going to be a Google form that is also posted on our classroom. In that Google form, you can find places to vote for any motions that were put in place during our meeting. You can sign up for anything that is mentioned in the meeting, and there's also a place for questions or concerns about anything that you have heard. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is our old business. First up, we have Banquet. So if you haven't already watched Banquet, it's on Mrs. Khan's YouTube channel. We have so many things in Banquet. We have awards, speeches, opening ceremonies, closing ceremonies. We hear from some of our alumni members. So much is going on in Banquet. Like I said, they're all available on Mrs. Khan's YouTube channel. And if you haven't already, definitely go watch that. And now we're going to talk about game night.
Game night was very successful. We had a lot of people show up. We played games like quizzes and just all FFA based, and we had a lot of people win, and congratulations to the people who won. And yeah.
So after that, I would also like to add that if you did win, your t-shirts should be coming to you soon, within the next week or so. The next thing that we have to talk about is our meetings with the 7th graders.
We had 4 meetings with the 7th graders over the past few days, and we had the pleasure of working with just about all of the 7th graders, I believe. We exposed them to the start of FFA. We shared past experiences of the FFA, and I think we had a lot of fun with it as well.
All right. So the next thing that we have to talk about, and we have a lot to talk about under new business, we're going to start off with National Convention. So I don't know about you all, but I'm very excited for National Convention. It's going to be my second year and my first year being virtual. So we're going to talk about, first of all, what is National Convention? So Nationals is, it's a convention for every member in FFA all around the United States. It has things like sessions, which if you think of a session as a giant chapter meeting, but for every person in FFA. You're going to have chances to speak with some of your national officers, which there is a picture at the bottom of the screen of your national officers. There's going to be rooms in Google Meets that you can talk to other members all over the country. It's going to be different being virtual, but it's going to be a lot more fun, and you're going to have a lot of different opportunities that you would not have had in Indiana. So that also kind of covers how National Convention is being run. It's going to be obviously through either Zoom or Google Meet. I'm not really sure. And there's going to be tons of different things to do each day, tons of different videos to watch. If you haven't already, there is a sign up posted on our Google Classroom. It looks like this. All you have to fill out is your name, what grade you're in, and if you have any questions on National Convention. The payment of it is being run differently this year as well. They're doing it as groups of students. For example, if you have 1 to, I want to say like 50 kids from your chapter signed up, it's only like $50. And Mrs. Goodwin, I just want to double check our chapter is paying for that.
We are working on getting some donations to get that paid for.
So that's awesome. So if you haven't been to National Convention and you want to go, definitely go this year so you can get a feel for what it's like before you go to Indiana. There's also something being run this year through our state officers and our district presidents. It's a watch party, which is going to be like a big Google Meet where you can watch the videos being posted about National Convention with some of our state officers and district presidents. The last thing that I want to touch on about National Convention is jackets. If you don't have a jacket and you want to buy one, now is a great time to do so because for the first time in like 5 years, they're on sale for $49. If that is something you're interested in, please either contact myself, one of the officers, or one of the advisors, and we will help you get a jacket. If you have any questions, there's a spot to fill out on our Google form, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. So the next 2 things that we want to talk about, I'm going to hand it over to Sydney, and she's going to talk about our flower garden.
Yeah, so I move that we create a flower garden for the bulbs out by the greenhouse.
I second that.
All right. So as far as that goes, Sydney, tell us a little bit more about what the flower garden is.
Yeah, so this year we want to make our mark on the school. We want to fill an empty flower bed that's out by the greenhouses. A lot of people drive by that when they go and drop off their kids at the school. So we want it to look very pretty. I think it would make this area look a lot nicer. And the flowers would bloom every year, so it would be pretty much permanent. I predict that we would spend about up to $500 on this project.
So we did have a second on that motion. Who was the second?
I was, Seth.
Okay. So what we're going to do now, all those in favor, you're going to vote yes on the Google form, and all of those opposed, you're going to vote no on the Google form. That's going to be posted after our chapter meeting is up, and we are going to give you have until Monday to vote, and then we're going to post the results. The next thing that we want to talk about is something that came up last year, is we want to vote on how much the officer team can spend without bringing it to the chapter. Do we have a motion for that?
I move that the officer team should be able to spend up to $500 before bringing it to the chapter.
Do we have a second?
I second that.
All right. So also, I just want to add what that means is that obviously that money that we spend would go towards something in the chapter. If you are opposed, vote no on the Google form. And if you are in favor, vote yes on the Google form. Again, you have until Monday to vote, and the results are going to be posted on Tuesday. The next thing that I want to talk about, or we want to talk about, is our t-shirt contest coming up. So I'm going to hand it over to Shayla.
Okay, so basically we are having a t-shirt contest for our new chapter t-shirts. And so you just design it on a standard printer paper, which is 8x11. It should be up to 2 colors. And you submit that on Google Classroom. So watch out for that.
So the t-shirt contest is going to be posted as an assignment. So all you have to do is take a picture of your design and send it in, and we will get all of those. Just to give you a bit of reference, this is what we had on last year's t-shirts and hoodies. And obviously the back is going to say Granville FFA. So yeah, definitely participate in that, and your drawing might be used as our chapter t-shirt. The next thing that we're going to talk about is bulb sales. So I'm going to hand that over to Nate.
All right, bulb sales. They are going on right now, if you guys do not know. It's ending October 15th, and this may be the only fundraiser that we have this year. So the bulbs can be shipped anywhere, no contact free. So yeah, if you haven't ordered yet, please order.
So far we've made almost $600. This is what the website looks like. These are just some of the different options that you have, and all you have to do is add to cart, and like Nate said, they'll ship right to you. We already have some teachers who have gotten their bulbs in, so that's really exciting. Now we have a video where we're going to talk about our CDEs and committees.
Hey everyone. So in this part of our chapter meeting, we're going to talk about 2 awesome ways to get started and get involved in FFA, CDEs and committees. We're going to start off with our CDEs, which stands for Career Development Event. So anything you learn while doing these events can be applied to the real world and careers in agriculture. We also have LDEs, which we're going to be introducing a little bit later in the year. So let's stick to CDEs for now. CDEs, you start competition at the state level. So whatever team you choose to be a part of is going to compete at states. And if you do really well and you place really well, you could have potential to go to nationals, which is super exciting. If you hear anything that sounds interesting to you, sounds like something you want to be a part of, be sure to fill out the Google form that is going to be on our classroom to sign up for CDE teams. We're going to be creating Google Classrooms to let you know when meetings are and what dates they're going to start. And I'm going to let my awesome officer team talk about what CDEs they're running and what they're all about.
Hi, I'm Jeff Davies. I'm the student advisor for the Granville FFA, and I also run aquaculture. In there, we learn about the living things in New York's lakes, streams, rivers, and other bodies of water. Hope to see you there.
Hey guys, my name is Sydney Liebig. I'm the secretary for the Granville FFA chapter. This year I'm going to be running Floriculture CDE. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to judge different floral arrangements. We're going to identify different plants. We're going to solve different problems and all that. It's a 4-person competition. It's going to be a ton of fun, and I hope you join me in it.
Hi guys, this year for my CDE, I am doing equine judging. Equine judging is learning about how to judge a horse properly based on its performance and its structure. We are going to look at the characteristics through each breed and figure out which one would fit best between each breed. We will have to do oral presentations to judges, and we would have to back them up and defend our decisions as a team.
CDE I will be helping run this year is dairy judging. Dairy judging is classifying cows based on their physical characteristics. Me and my fellow officers will be teaching you how to judge each of the individual dairy breeds, and we will also be doing some farm tours so that you can get a look at real cows, not just pictures.
So the CDE that myself and Shayla are co-running this year is Vet Science. In Vet Science, we're going to learn to work by ourselves and in teams to show our knowledge of handling and caring for large and small animals. Some things we're going to talk about and cover are anatomy, breeds, terms, procedures, and a lot more. If you are interested in being a vet, the medical field, or you just love animals, this is a great CDE to be a part of. So moving on from CDEs, if you have any questions about anything you heard, there's going to be a section to fill out on our Google form, and one of us will get back to you in an email. The next thing that we're going to talk about are our committees. This year we have 3 running committees. The first one we're going to talk about is the Events Committee. Events Committee is just what it sounds like. It's in charge of planning all of our chapter events. Things that they've done in the past are Battle of the Bands, Ag Expo. I don't know if any of you have been to a hoedown, but we did a hoedown a few years ago, and our float in the tractor parade is all things that they have done. The next committee that we have is the Philanthropy Committee. So philanthropy is helping members of our school and of our community. Last year they did a big project that took up a lot of the year was looming hats for babies in the NICU. They also did 2 or 3 more projects towards the end of our school year when we had to close down, which made a big impact, and that was awesome. The last committee that we have running this year is the Outreach Committee, which is going to be sort of like a PALS program. If you don't know what PALS is, it was like a intro to ag FFA thing that we did with the 5th and 6th graders over at GES, and a lot of kids liked it, so we're hoping to get that up and running again. One thing I want to add is CDEs and committees will both be run over Google Meets this year. These are a great way to be involved in FFA, so I highly recommend you all sign up for them. They're going to be run by all different members of our officer team. We love to hear your input to make our chapter grow stronger, and we can't wait to see you at some of our meetings. Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I have none, Madam President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this meeting? We are about to adjourn the meeting of the Granville FFA chapter. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, please join me in the salute to our flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible.
Liberty and justice for all.
I now declare this meeting adjourned.